Yeah, moving on. I think I think we all know what game's coming next.
Boy, boy, boy. Boy, boy, boy.
No. Turn that off, man. We don't love them, bro. No, we don't love them, bro. We hate
I don't
them.
know. I don't know whether there was a party or a funeral in Brentford last night. I don't know what it was. Was it a party? Certain people were partying, some people had a funeral last night.
It must have been a Ghanaian funeral because the way they buried us here, fam, it was peak. It was peak. Yesterday was peak. Like I don't know what to say, what to do, what to think, how to feel.
Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's start with the starting lineup for
Yeah, yeah,
Manchester United.
yeah.
Let's start with that. What were your thoughts on the starting lineup against Brentford?
I think I wouldn't have started Shaw. The guy, like I said, should be a dinner man. I would have
Well,
started
who would you
Malacia.
start then? Who would you start? Malacia?
Malacia. I'll start Malacia. He came on and did well second half. I'll start Malacia. Um, Harry Maguire. If we're trying to play this high press, high intensity game, he's
Mm.
not it. He's too slow, too clumsy, turns like a flipping sailing ship. He's mad. I wouldn't have started him. That game yesterday wasn't the game for Martinez to start because Brentford are very physical, they're very big, and he's 5'9". That's not a game for him. I have been Tony bullies the man on a regular, let alone Martinez. That was just a disaster waiting to happen. Dalot, he has to start because Booker T. Basaka, heaven forbid him. I didn't want to see that guy. Midfield, I think that was where the biggest mistake was putting Ericsson as a six
Oh,
because
oh.
that for me was because when I saw the team sheet, I was thinking maybe Fred's going to start the six, Ericsson the eight, and then you got that Ford Bruno doing the 10. But then I see Ericsson as a six, and I was like, heaven. I was like, Jesus save him, come and die again. I couldn't believe what I seen. But yeah, Ericsson started as a six, and it was just a disaster. Up front, there was nothing. That lineup picked itself the front three: Ronaldo, Rashidi, and Sanchellini. But yeah, it was just the game overall. I think that the lineup wasn't the greatest, but I wasn't complaining. I didn't want to see McTominay start, so I was like, you know what, I'll firm it. Maybe Ericsson can pass out from deep, make some great passes to get the front boys in. Cool. First, what 10 minutes? David De Gea. Everyone says the only good thing about him is that he's a great shot stopper. That's what he's supposed to be good at. He can't
Back in
kick,
2015. Back in 2015, he was.
but that's what everyone's saying. De Gea is a great shot stopper. He can't kick the ball out. He can't control his area, but he's a great shot stopper. 10 minutes. The guy P roll. My grandma, because my grandma's 80, she would get down and cushion that comfy save. The ball rolls on those arms. I could not believe it. I know these money, they haven't, they got mentalities of a baby. I've seen babies with stronger mentalities than them, man. Them man are weak. Them man are diarrhea. Crap, them man are rubbish. The ball went in, and that was it. I saw Ronaldo doing this. I was like, fam, I don't know who he's praying to. Allah, Jesus, only God knows. Maguire disappeared. Ericsson was like, fam, I thought Ericsson was going to pass out, and I, I seen grab his heart, and I was like, yo, Ericsson, please, not today, bro.
What?
I was like, cool. Fam, I was like, cool, you can make a mistake, innit? You can make a mistake. It's cool. The hell, you saved us. You made a mistake. It's cool. 1-0 down, we could still come back. We still got 80 minutes left. And then they're here again. This one, yeah, this is what got me. Ericsson's got and Bruno, whatever his name is, yeah, winding up on him like they're in a rave. Up
Mhm.
on his backside, bruv.
He still passed it.
Twerking on them, man. He's twerking on them, bruv. That's bruv. They're here saying in training, they're working on passing the ball out. Let me ask you a question. If you've got the ball and the guy you're trying to pass has got a man on his backside trying to twerk up on them, are you gonna pass it to him or kick it long?
Kick it
You're gonna
long.
kick it long, right? Not De Gea, not DDG, not that guy. Like I said, yeah, let me show you these man I can pass. He passed it straight to Ericsson. Guess what? The man stole the ball from Ericsson. 2-0. Two errors. Two errors. Game's done. Heads dropped. Everything finished. Third goal. Martinez, everyone's been saying Martinez is 5'9" centre back. What happens? Got bullied in the air by Jensen. Goal. Fourth one, that was great play by Brentford.
Having Tony for
He
that
wasn't
goal
there.
was crazy.
Antonio, great pass, and then
Yeah.
finished. They caught us on the counter. Can't complain. Can't be upset with that. 4-0 by half time. I don't know if you man have read Dante's Inferno. It's an Italian writer called Dante, and he wrote a book called Inferno. And the whole premise of the book is that Dante goes to hell, and there's 9 circles of hell. The 9th one is the lowest where Judas is at, and then the 8th one, the 8th one's reserved for fraud. Fraud. That's where Man United should be at. Them man should go to the 8th circle of hell, bro. Fraud. Them man are all fraud. Criminals. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Them man are criminals, bro. There's a special place in level 8 hell for them man. That's where them man belong. They shouldn't play football again. They should have their legs castrated, bro. Give it to charity. They don't need it. Them man don't
What?
need it, bro. Them man don't need their legs. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. They don't need their legs, bro. What they were doing out there was disgusting. Brentford, third place, they played well. Brentford knew what they were doing. Even before the game, the manager came, you know what, United, you can catch them, press them high, they be relentless, and they'll crumble. And guess what? They did that and capitulated. And there was one moment before the goal, they nearly caught us on the press. The same where we passed Ericsson and they nearly caught us on the press. A smart team, you think, okay, cool. These men are sense what we're trying to do. Let's do something else. And then they had did the same thing when they warned us already that we know what you're doing. And after the game, the manager can come out saying, "This is not the strategy. That wasn't the strategy. The strategy was to go long and hit them high. That was the strategy, to go long and hit them high. So why are we trying to go out the front and back? That means these men are hard of hearing. These men are stubborn. And I'm not going to blame the manager. It wasn't the best team he could have picked, but he's new. I'm not going to say tonight out. I think he's a good manager. I just think you can't polish crap. You can't polish poo. Poo is still poo. Bro, if I package poo in a nice package and give it to you, it's still poo, bro. It's still poo. That's what these men are. Them men are crap. Last season, that's what they did to us. They were poo and they were, bro. I need to apologize to Ollie as well because these men, bro, they're hard of hearing, bro. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. What was Ollie going to do?
It's basically the
That man
same
killed him.
team as well. It's the same team, basically.
Same team. That man killed him. Carrick
short.
came and killed him off. And then flipping Ragnick came in. 30 minutes, the man tried. And after that, man, we don't want to do this. Killed him as well. Killed him. So I'm not upset with Ten Hag because these men are the same man that killed me last season, killing me again. So I'm going to give him time. We need to invest in the team, give him time, get new signings in. And then, hopefully, God willing, we'll see some improvements. Otherwise, man. Yeah, stay strong, Man United fans out there, man. Stay strong, but that's me, bro. Because if I talk anymore, I might get banned the future, man.
Dents?
Boy, Manchester United.
This football club is finished. Wahali, it is finished. Wahali, finished.
Play again.
I don't think you heard me the first time.
This football club is finished. Wahali, it is finished. Wahali, you're finished.
Manchester United. Let's go with the starting lineup. The back four. I'm not going to complain too much. Malacia, sure. Yeah, El Caps. I can see why you said Malacia. Shaw's more experienced, so I can see why he went with Shaw there. But we saw what Malacia did when he came on. Midfield, I was confused when I saw the team sheet. I was like, who's playing the 6? Where's the defensive cover? Because I know I'm not going to see Christian Eriksen in the 6. I know I'm not going to see it. So I was a bit confused. So the game started and I'm seeing Eriksen in the 6. I'm like, what? I had to refresh my stream. I'm like, what's going on? Eriksen in the 6. I understand his thinking. We need to keep possession. Eriksen's one of our better technical players, but it doesn't work like that. He's not that type of player. You can be good technically, but you're not suited to that position.
It's like
He
playing
hasn't got
Ozil
the legs.
6, isn't it? It's like playing someone like Ozil 6. It's not going
Yeah,
to work.
exactly. Ozil's got good technique. He's good on the ball, but you play him in the 6, he's under the press, he'll crumble. Eriksen doesn't have the legs to get separation. So when teams are pressing, he doesn't have the legs to get away, create space. And not only that, someone like Andre Pirlo, he necessarily didn't have the legs, but he had the guy on the smarts. So he would do like a body feint to create separation and then get the ball in space. He was able to do that. Christian Eriksen's not that type of player. First, until the first goal, Man United were doing okay in possession. Yeah, doing okay in possession, nothing spectacular, but no alarm bells. And then out of nowhere, that first goal, David De Gea.
Mess off, oh, mess off. Hey!
But that guy's a disgrace, bro.
Terrible, terrible error. Okay, put that behind us. Mistakes happen. Very bad mistake, but it happens. The second goal, boy, these players are not suited to playing this possession style football. David De Gea.
I said, we don't have the capacity.
Harry Maguire.
I said, we don't have the capacity.
They don't have the capacity to play that style of football. You can
They don't
see,
have capacity to play football, full stop.
David De Gea, yeah, in possession.
You don't even look comfortable in your own ends.
Harry Maguire.
You don't even look comfortable in your own ends.
In the box, they do not look comfortable in possession. This is clear to see. So I think Ten Hag, I know you want to implement your style, but you need to make an adjustment. Terrible mistake for that goal. De Gea. Brentford was smart because they pressed in a smart way. So when Martinez kicked the ball to De Gea, the two forwards for Brentford, they pressed De Gea, but at the same time, they closed the angle off to Martinez and Maguire. So it kind of forced
To go to Eriksen.
to either kick it long or go
Lose
to
it,
Eriksen.
yeah.
You should have seen that Eriksen, like El Caps so eloquently put it, had Mbeumo on him like a bashment rave.
Fam, they were whining, bro.
He didn't see it. He decided to pass square. You don't in those situations, you do not pass square like straight because the other person receiving the ball can't get the angle to pass it off. He did it. Eriksen, like I said, he doesn't have the legs or the guile to maybe get a body feint and create separation. He didn't do that, got caught. 2-0. 3-0 from a corner. Martinez, everyone's like, he's too short, this, that. I disagree. I think if you're 5'9" and you're good enough, you're good enough. That, for me, wasn't due to his lack of height. It was due to his lack of strength. He should have cleared man off the line. He should have cleared him off the line. He was too weak in the header. He tried to go up. It was a weak attempt, and he got bullied, and 3-0. He needs to be stronger. He needs to get to grips with the physicality of the Prem real quick, Lisandro Martinez. If not, play him in the 6, because I think he'll be suited to the 6.
I think it was a 6. But when you say he was bullied, I think that one year, I think it was high as well because already the attacker that he went against was about 6'2". He's 5'9", and the guy's on top of him. So for him to already make up the distance and height, he's gonna have to jump and then jump even higher. So I think the height thing was a big thing because if they were both 6'2", you can say yeah he's too weak, but already he's at a significant disadvantage in height, and then he gets out jumped as well. So I don't think it's a lack of strength. I think it's just in that case he was too short. The guy jumped into the man's chest.
Well, I'll need to see it again, but for me, he didn't really jump into him. Like he didn't really put his body on him.
I think with that position, the position he was in, it was right on the goal line as well. He didn't have much leverage to do much with it, apart from try to jump. So yeah, like I said, it's hard to blame him, but the height as well, it can be an issue. But I think him as a number 6, like you said, makes sense. Because Eriksen,
Boy, yeah. The less said, the better, right? So let's talk about the fourth goal, counter-attack. No one... I guess, yeah, we were looking to get into it. So that's why there was a lot of players forward from the corner. But there was a lack of organisation in terms of picking up the runners after the ball was cleared. You saw Ericsson pointing to Maguire. Maguire's Maguire and Tony were level at one point. Tony ran past Maguire. In my eyes, Maguire just ignored Tony because he didn't want to get in a foot race. He did not want that smoke. So that's why he decided to go out in the channel and stop the ball from getting to Tony instead of running back with him, because he didn't want to run back because he knew he would just get beaten. That flopped, and we saw what happened. 4-0. What, 30? Was it 35 minutes? 4-0.
35 minutes, 4-0 down.
Terrible. Absolutely disgraceful. Second half, now to talk about the one shining light was Malacia. You saw the energy down the left. There was more production down the left, more crosses coming in. We were more of a threat. Yeah, overall, one other thing. I personally wouldn't have started with Cristiano Ronaldo. He doesn't want to be at the club. He's not part of Man United's plans moving forward. So why are we continuing to start him? I would have started Rashford up front and put someone like Garnacho or Elanga on the left. El Cat doesn't like the sound of that, but
No, do you know what? It's not for me. My pushback is it wasn't even Ronaldo's lack of desire or anything. We was just so poor, and I didn't think it was any of the front threes doing in terms of why the game went how it
But
went.
the thing
Because
is, the first half, yeah, there was no in behind for it. Everything was played in front of Brentford. So they were having a holiday. The second half, there was a bit more, we were making more penetrating runs in behind. So that's why I didn't want to see Ronaldo. Because
but then again, no, sorry to cut you off. Because Ten Hag's interview after the game, he said their tactic was to pump it long. So Ronaldo would have been suitable for that. But these men tried to play in front of Brentford, and they just cut the game out, cut the ball out. I think Bruno is the one we need to be getting onto, man. Playing Bruno is a man down. Bruno is so ill disciplined. He's so I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's just hard. I don't know. He might be deaf. We might need to check his ears and see if he's deaf. He don't hear nothing. He's so ill disciplined. Like he gets the ball, spams it, tries to do the Hollywood passes, doesn't keep it simple. I'm not the biggest fan of Rashidi, but yesterday I don't think he did much wrong. There was nothing he could really do yesterday. Sanchez, again, he couldn't get into the game because you got man like Bruno who's supposed to be feeding them, spamming balls everywhere. You had Ericsson who's supposed to be playing at the 8, getting a soul snatch in the 6. It was difficult. It was difficult. It was just what can you do?
yeah. And I know a lot of people are getting on to Sancho. People are like, where's the Dortmund Sancho? I think people need to understand who Sancho is in terms of the profile of player. He's a combination player,
Yep.
not like a one-man show. Say someone like ASM, you can just put him on the wing and he can do damage. He needs the right players around him to combine and
He needs Martial.
and to be productive. Someone like Martial, someone who can link up with, do those small, clever touches. You can't just put him on the wing and expect him to like beat a man and do that sort of stuff. That's not him. That's not his game. You need to build the right type of players around him. And if we're paying £77 million for him, then we should be getting the right type of players for him to flourish. But yeah, no transfer strategy from Man U. We just buy players because they're good.
Yeah, household names.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
I've got a theory on the Sancho thing. I feel like the reason why we don't really see many right footers on the right and left footers on the left anymore because you need to be able to get around that man if you're left footer or your right foot on. If you're left foot on the left side, you need to be able to get around your fullback, and you need to be really fast and direct. So not many players are fast enough to get around their fullback these days, especially the athletes who have like fullback these days. So
exactly.
It's easy for right foot on the left to cut in and combine. And I said it at the time when Sancho was bought, he's a left-sided player. He's only going to finish on the left side. You really have Rashford there, so what was the point of signing Sancho? And this off the back of decent seasons for Rashford, so why just sign Rashford? Mate, that's like point number 50 of the wrong thing with Man United anyway. So you guys basically covered the game really well. I feel like there's not much to add because it's a calamity up and down the pitch. What I will say is that Ten Hag went from playing Ericsson the week before, false 9, and then 6. I don't think I've ever seen another a player do that ever in 2 weeks. False 9 to 6. So Ericsson maybe can play 6, but you need to have people around him. You can't leave him on the island. You need to have people to combine with. And I said it before last week, maybe even the week before. He's going to eventually have to be free at the back. You can't go there. You can't turn up, especially away from home, with Martinez and Maguire. Maguire can't run to channels. Martinez, even if people want to kick it to Martinez's side, I saw it in the first half. He's kicking it to Martinez's side from a long goal kick. Even if he might compete for the first header, he won't dominate and clear the header. And the second ball is going to be another issue for you. You lose out on so many second balls because they're going to clog that side of the pitch, especially with Shaw, even if it's Malacia and Martinez. No one's that tall and no one's that dominant. Especially if you don't play McTominay. The fact that you have Martinez in at centre back is not helpful because your team's so short. You got your tallest players can't be Maguire and Ronaldo, and that's it. That's the only defensively aerial threats you have. So everybody else is vulnerable. So you kind of have to play McTominay, and you have to play another tall centre back. Because when you're doing defensive set pieces, you need one tall player to roam and clear the headers. And you want one extra tall player to mark the best header of the opposition. So you want to be vulnerable playing that way. So you need to play free at the back. So for me, it looks like you guys are where Arsenal was a couple of years ago. With so much dead food in players, bad contracts, and you need to change the transfer strategy. So eventually, you should give Ten Hag time. But the players are not good. So give the man time. He's making mistakes, but what else can he really do? That's when I said to you, are you sure about Malacia? What will Malacia do? Malacia's not changing the result. Luke Shaw didn't do anything wrong yesterday to contribute to the goal. So, yeah.
Did you not see the fourth goal?
What did he do?
Oh, what didn't he do?
Tell me how he would have stopped it. Because he got
He
cleared.
should have taken the man out, bro.
What, to get red cards?
He might as well because he wasn't there.
So you're saying Malacia should go get red cards? That's what you're saying, basically.
I'm saying Luke Shaw should go get red cards. So we don't see him again for 3 games.
Oh my god!
Shaw.
The real reason for that goal was even if you lose it there, that high up in the field, one long ball should have beat the back. And if you're slow, you got to play free at the back. So then cover in it.
I don't think free at the back is even the solution for United. I think the solution for United, yeah, there's 4 men in United that are causing us hell. You have Maguire, you have Luke Shaw, you have Bruno, and you have Rashford. Them 4 guys, they need to go. They are the beginning and the end. Let me add 5. David De Gea. De Gea, if this new manager is trying to implement this style of football, he's not it. Even his best attribute, shot stopping, has eroded. He can't pass to save his mum's life. He's scared to control the box. and he can't stop a shot. De Gea, he's been a legend, but he's got to go. Within Maguire, yeah, again, he's so slow. You've got man like Eric Bailly, you've got man like Varane. These men are all quick. These men can play football. Why are they not starting? Why is Maguire always starting? Yes, we spent 8 million, but we need to move like City and Chelsea. They spend money, but they're like, you know what? Wrong. We spent the money, but it was wrong. Don't get lost. We cut our losses, we move on. But for some reason, we don't want to get rid of Maguire. We've got this spiritual bondage in Maguire. Don't know why. He's got to go. Luke Shaw. I know that guy was in the pits of hell when Ten Hag called him this morning, like, yo, you're gonna run 13.8 km this morning. He must have been in the pits. Oh man, I know he was yamming on the beef burger, yeah, and he got that call. But that guy must have been in despair. That guy has got to go. Luke Shaw has no, I don't know what it is. It's like he's so comfortable in being mediocre. He knows that regardless of what happens, he's gonna get picked. And now Manasseh's in. I think what Ten Hag's done is that he should have empowered Manasseh by starting him. So then he showed him like, raw, I've got a real competitor. But a new left back's come in and he's still starting. He's comfortable. Luke Shaw's tragic. He needs to go. He's got to go. Bruno Fernandes, the first season that he came in, yeah, he was on some saver complex, saving us with goals and assists. But Bruno, when you watch him the last 2 years, tactically he's not disciplined. He loses the ball so much. Turnover ratio is mad. He like for every one good thing he does about another 10 bad things. He's a detriment to the team. If you're trying to pass and move and create possession up high up top, Bruno is not it. He loses the ball far too much. And when he gets into good position, he spams it, shoots into Rose. He's got to go. Rashidi, youth product. When I heard PSG wanted to sign him for 60 million, I was like, 66. Hey, I couldn't. I was like, you know what? Yeah, we need to act calm. Don't act like we've just heard of madness. 60 million, fam. Yo, I will drive into Paris, package him nicely. Here, take him, please. Like, no, there's no negotiating. Nothing needs to move. 60 million from Rashidi. Yo, that's daylight robbery via ski mask. Take it. Don't say nothing. Sell him. Rashidi is another Bruno. Gets the ball, runs into the man head straight away. It's like he doesn't look up, just sprints as fast as he can into the defender, or he runs the corner flag. That's why I call him the corner flag bandit. He runs the corner flag all the time. He doesn't. When he shoots, he hits a man. Doesn't have to pass. I don't know why he's there. He's just existing. He should be sold. That guy, yeah, he's a great MP. He's a great book writer. He's got careers. Go do that. Don't be a footballer anymore. Go.
Nah,
Please.
you're overdoing it, man.
No.
Rashford is still
Go,
good
let him
player.
go do that, man.
Imagine.
I never make it.
Fam,
You supposed
he's
to
supposed to be a dinner man, bro.
be out to the students in
Is,
secondary school.
is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Rashid is supposed to be a dinner man. He is not a good footballer. I've been saying it for how many years? Remember that Rashford versus Martial conversation? I've been saying it for years. Martial better than Rashford. Rashford is not a good footballer. He was an athlete who's been injured and he's lost his athleticism now. He's not as fast as he was. He lost about 2 yards of pace. He can't beat a man. Why is he there? We've got Garnacho. Garnacho's the truth, the way, and the light. He needs to start playing more. Because if we're going to play Rashidi, might as well play Garnacho. I don't want to see Langa come on.
Boy.
He has to go, bro. Them 4 man has to go. The 5, they have to go. They have to go in order for United to succeed. Because them man have been there for every manager that's failed. Under Oli, them 5 man was starting all the time. Under Ralph, all the time. Now we can see it under Ten Hag, all the time. These men are criminals. They've got to go. McTominay, I'm not even including because he's on the 9th level of hell. That guy, he's a Judas, bruv.
You are
That
failure.
guy's the worst thing ever.
You can never make it.
You know you can't make it. You know you can't, bruv. McTominay sits there. He must know you can't make it. He must know this, bruv.
In my daughters.
Bruv, he should be a supervisor at McDonald's. He shouldn't be a centre midfielder for United. For Scotland, they play him as centre back for Scotland. So if Scotland, who pick players from League One, League Two, know that this guy's not good enough to play as centre midfielder for us, why United? Why are we playing him? How? And then Ten Hag brought him on second half to do what? That's why I was upset with Ten Hag because he brought back Tominay on. He could have brought on Ghana. He could have brought on Donny, another one. If Fred and McTominay start over you, you're not good enough. Go.
Yeah,
He
but
should-
the team is lacking physicality. The one he picked, so he has to bring physicality on to match.
No, but if
Brentford.
if Fred and McTominay are starting over Donny, because fair enough, if you start Fred and you play Donny, cool. But if you're so poor, that you can't even get ahead of Bruno.
Well, we know
gotta go.
Donny ain't good though. We know Donny's not good.
He's not. He clearly isn't because he can't start ahead of these abysmal dons.
Yeah.
These men are criminals. If you can't start over these man, you gotta go because these man, yeah, they should have got 25-year sentences after the game, each of them. Wow, that man should be locked up 25 years minimum. It was criminal. Wow, I'm sure. Rest in peace. I'm sure a United fan might have died from that performance. They might have cried themselves to death, bro. It was so poor. But they committed murder yesterday, bro. That was poor.
Okay, so
I hope they run their legs off today. I hope their legs are burning.
let me ask you
I
two
hope they
questions.
run 20 miles.
Let me ask you two questions. What do you think of Ten Hag's approach today for them? An extra session today. They're meant to be off today, and then they had to come in and do extra session. What do you think that would achieve?
In the grand scheme of things, nothing. But it's going to show the players I'm not here. I'm not the guy to mess about with. I'm not here for no cuddling. I'm not going to cuddle you. You man are crap. If you man want to act like you can't run, I'm going to make you run. And then he's because these men are spoiled millionaires, but this guy's coming like, listen, I don't care who you are, I don't care about your reputation. If Brentford are going to run 30.8 kilometers more than you, you're going to make up for it in your day off. So either run in the games or run on your day off. You choose.
Okay. What would you man say United need to do to right the ship? Well, I mean, in the short term, I say by December, what do United need to do?
Denz, you want to go for that?
Short term, identify the players that don't have a future at Manchester United. Identify the players who are not there mentally. I'm talking about someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's thinking, I'm at the end of my career. I need to score as many goals as I can. I need to make the most of the rest of my career. He's at a different stage to where Man United are at. We are at a development stage. We need to develop a team to maybe challenge for the title. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, in 3, 4, 5 years' time. We're in a rebuilding phase. So all the players that don't fit into that are not, that we can't see a future for, we need to get rid of them. Anyone who has a poor attitude, we need to get rid of them. And it's just a thing of patience. We just we need to.
So just sorry to cut you. Potentially, I remember back in the day, I felt the same way with Arsenal. Potentially, what you just said could be 15 players. You can't just get rid of 15 players. You still got to play these man. You still got to play them. So that's the problem with United. You just got to be patient, and it's gonna get bad. It's gonna probably even be worse, but it's got to wait it out because you can't get rid of 15 players by the end of the window and sign another 15.
No, but
yeah. Sorry, Dennis. Sorry.
No, yeah, but in the short term, that's what you can do. Get like there's certain players that are just mentally finished. I'm talking about someone like, say, for example, I can see today's training session. Say they came in and done the extra 13K run.
Yeah.
Can you see Ronaldo coming in being eager, or is he going to come in with like in a bad mood and bring down the whole energy of the team?
Yeah.
And then people are going to see that, look at him and be like, okay, he's not putting in the effort, so why should I put in the effort? He's looking all moody, and he looks like he doesn't want to be here, so why should I want to be here? So I'm saying people like that need to get out of the club immediately. Otherwise, what Ten Hag is trying to do in terms of implementing this strict regimen is not going to work. I said it before the season started. We need to get rid of Ronaldo. With all due respect, he's a legend, but he's going to undermine the authority of Ten Hag and everyone.
Yeah.
I can even imagine, like, Harry Maguire, he's the captain of the club, but I don't see him speak with chest in the dressing room. Ronaldo would just be looking at him in the corner like, what are you talking about? You can't. I can see players like the more senior players, they're probably not even comfortable with expressing themselves because Ronaldo's there, and you can't really tell Ronaldo anything. Ten Hag can't even tell Ronaldo anything.
I don't think Ronaldo is a problem. I think Ronaldo should. I want him to leave, but I don't think it's because of his mentality. I think his mentality is what these players should be aspiring to, because Ronaldo, along with Messi, have been the best players of this generation. He's done it, always achieved everything. His mentality is, I want to be the very best. I want to win. He's trained with these men, and he's come United. He loved the club. He's come to United, and he's seen what these men are about. He's seen that these men are going to give me a heart attack. These men are abysmal. He's trained with them, so he knows what I want. He's seen how bad it is because he saw how good it was under Fergie with Scholes, with Rooney. He saw it. He's seen the good side of United, and he's come back and he's seen this. You're saying Harry Maguire. Yesterday, when we lost 4-0, where was Maguire? He was the first one off the pitch. That was the fastest he's ever moved in his life. He sprinted to the tunnel. I've never seen him put in a Usain Bolt pace performance. I couldn't believe that. Right, Maguire can move now. He shifted. After the game, De Gea was the one that did the interview. He came and said, I'm sorry, I cost the team 3 points, and blah blah. Where was our captain? Hiding. But then he's the same guy on Twitter putting up stats. I have the most passing stats. I have the most this and that stats. He's putting up stats on Twitter. But when he needed to show leadership, come out and say, you know what, that performance was abysmal. We wasn't good enough. Where was he? Hiding, doing nothing. A guy like Ronaldo yesterday, he was probably our best player. He was the one that was running, moving, trying to do something. I didn't see none of that from the other players. Ronaldo holds himself in high esteem. He knows it's like he knows what he's about. He knows I'm Ronaldo. What I've achieved, none of these men can even comprehend. They can't even dream what he's achieved. So he should. I think he's going to come in today and run because that's what he likes doing. That guy trains for a living. He's got 10 packs. The guy trains for a living. So I think him going there today, he's going to love it because he's going to be like, wow, this manager's serious. He's a manager that wants to work like I want to work.
No, but the thing is, he don't care, but he cares about. I just want to get as much goals as possible. I want to play in the Champions League and further my my record. That's what he cares about. That's what I'm saying. Like he's at a different stage to where Man United are at. It's not. There's not anything wrong with his mentality. It's just it's a mismatch between
the thing is,
where the club's at.
I wanted to go, but the thing is, no one wants to buy him, so we have to keep him.
And Man United won't sell him because of the commercial interests.
I think United would sell him, but I think the club needs to look like they're trying to hold on to him because they've said in the background that you know what, if you can find a club, go. But they have to come out and say we want to keep you because people love Ronaldo. Even when there was all that noise about he wants to leave and he's saying this about the club. When he came back and played the first game of the season, the fans were loving it. They were singing a song like CR7 Ronaldo, blah, blah, blah. So people love him. So they need to, for the fans, look like they're trying to keep Ronaldo. But I reckon there's a background agreement that, find a club, go. But no one wants him.
One more thing, yeah, you just reminded me of something. One more thing, it's like another reason why I think he should leave is because he holds the team to a ransom. What I mean by that is he had no preseason. He's not 100% match fit, but he's playing 90 minutes. Why is he playing 90 minutes? And even if he had the worst game, if he comes off, he's going to come off at a strop. He's going to bring down the whole mood of the whole bench. That's what I'm saying. It's just a mismatch. And I think presence away from the club would be better for everyone else.
The thing, like right now with United, if we get rid of Ronaldo, as much as I love Martial, he's proven that the guy he's either inconsistent or can't stay fit. We get rid of Ronaldo, heaven forbid, we see Rashidi up top. I might leave as well. Or we see Elanga. We have no choice. We actually, because these men don't want to sign no one. Martial is inconsistent, he's always injured. And Ronaldo is 38. So what are we going to do? Because yesterday, if we took off Ronaldo, who are we bringing on? Elanga. No. The guy can't play football. The guy must not play football again. Elanga, he looks good, bro. Have you seen his body? He's ripped, He should be Instagram model. He should be a fitness model, man. Elanga, if you listen, that's your new career path, bro. You're gonna make some money there, man. Go bulk up some more, drink some protein shakes, and become a henge, bro. That's what you're good at, bro. You're not a footballer. He should not be a footballer, bro. He's a henge guy. You see the jumping that he was doing. You should be a fitness trainer, man. You're not a footballer, bro. You can't play that guy. You can't play him. So right now it's keep Ronaldo or play what's his name, Ericsson as a false 10, a false 9. I'd start Ronaldo to be honest, because Ericsson's a false 9. We saw what happened. Didn't work. We got Maguire playing a false 5. I don't know. He's not a centre back. He's not a defender. Maguire should be a coach. He should be on the bench coaching these men. He should not be playing with these men. Luke Shaw, he should have a job as an assistant manager at McDonald's. That's Luke Shaw's career path. Open up a Wingstop with Rick Ross, go into that industry. Them man need me, man. I should be their advisors.
On that note, yeah, I think we've talked enough about that shambles of a club.